Welcome back, everyone, to the final part of Final Fantasy VI. It is time for us to confront Kefka. Now, this is a difficult encounter, to say the very least. It is multi-phased, probably one of the highest multi-phased fights, and I mean just by sheer number of phases in it, because I believe this actually ties up to about 4 or 5, and I don't think that's maybe until 8, when Ultimecia happened, but this was the longest I think that we had. I mean, because if you look at, I don't know, Final Fantasy IV, where you had Zemus and Zeramus, technically 2 phases there. Then you had X-Death, where you had 2 to 3 phases. This one is 4 or 5, and like I said, I don't think there's any fight aside from maybe Ultimecia that gets that high. And that gets higher. Ultimecia has multiple phases. But this is basically Kefka incorporating the power of the statues. So we already knew this, that as soon as we confronted the statues, they weren't as powerful as we'd been told. And part of that was because Kefka had incorporated them into himself. Now, the other part that I also liked from childhood, although I can't confirm it now, is that the original naming of this boss in the Super Nintendo version was Kefka/Chaos, so kind of a reference back to the original Final Fantasy. But again, I couldn't really confirm it because at least the Super Nintendo clips that I have seen have been the exact same way as mine, which is the enemy is blank. So you don't know who you're targeting. But here we go. We are here at the finale. Thank you guys. First of all, I want to thank you guys for joining me on this journey, because it's been awesome to be able to have you guys join with me for what is considered one of the best Final Fantasy games of the series. And here we go. We move up. And thankfully, we have not lost anybody, so this is going to get easy, because I still have kind of my A-team when it comes to magic casters, as well as other abilities if I actually need to pull those out. But here is Phase 2. This is where it gets a little weird. I know that this is supposed to be based off of the statues. I'm guessing this is Goddess because of the woman in the center, but I'm not entirely certain on that. And I think also in the Japanese version, that woman in the center is naked. So, you know, again, this is just another example of things getting edited for the US market. And also, happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everybody's had a good week so far. This has been awesome. For 52 weeks, we've been able to do this together. So I would love to see what you guys think about the finale of Final Fantasy VI. But obviously, this isn't it. We're not done after this point. We have more Final Fantasy games to go into. And this is me just nuking the crap out of Kefka because I have nothing but Ultima. Boom. We've already gotten a couple of them. Oh, 10 hits. So I'm not going to count them out here, but yeah, this is pretty freaking difficult. Especially if you haven't healed in a while. And I hope you've also enjoyed all of the other stuff that has come out this week for you guys. I had a Drak Tries of Thimbleweed Park yesterday, which was not really requested. This was something I wanted to do on my own. Because I am a lover of point-and-click adventure games, and one of the original creators did create Thimbleweed Park. So we did that. We've also had Tale of Drakfu coming out this week. We've had more King's Quest, more Devil May Cry. Later today, you're going to get more Resident Evil with me and Aldo. So there's plenty of stuff to look forward to. And then obviously tomorrow, there will be a Tale of Drakfu and a vlog for the next 2 episodes of Iron Fist. But the emphasis here, the focus that I want is obviously, since this has been a long journey, a long time coming, we're at the end of Final Fantasy VI. It doesn't get much better than this. Oh no, he's catching Quarter! And he's still not dead. Now, Dispel can actually be a little bit of a problem because it can dispel Life 3, and if people notice at the beginning of this fight, I cast Life 3 on all of my characters. That's something you want to get into, especially if this is your first time tackling Kefka, and you're unprepared. You need Life 3 for this fight, especially if you want to keep your A game. So here's the next phase. See, this is why I don't know if I would call this Poltergeist. I don't know if I'd call this Doom. This is just Kefka sitting at the top with an angel right next to him who has her boobs covered up, because that's the way things go. So if this is a symbolism for one of the statues, I have no idea who it is. I don't even think Goddess works for this one. So here we go. Time to nuke this guy into oblivion. And usually this is the point where I get into like business updates or things like that. I don't really have a whole lot of updates this week, and the main reason is because the podcast tomorrow is going to be on Ghost in the Shell, like we said it was. And then the following week we will be doing Your Name, because we were able to get enough people to get to the limited screenings. Just unfortunately not together. And I don't have any other major announcements aside from next week. We'll probably have a check-in review at least for Horizon Zero Dawn, because it has been a while. I want to be able to get that to you guys. I'm not completely done with the game yet, but I am a good distance in. So I want to give you guys my thoughts so far. So that's going to be happening next week. And then also 2 weeks from now, I am going to be taking a break for various reasons, including cleaning, maintenance, upgrades, and also... not today, but tomorrow is actually my birthday, so my wife is asking if I can take some time off so that we can go celebrate that. I'm not asking for you guys to do the happy birthday thing in the comments. What's really sad is, once you get older, you kind of forget that that happens. And this is one of those cases. Oh, I want to be quiet for this. I don't know if you guys can actually hear it, but this is the opening screen music. So we've already gone through 3. This is phase 4. From the depths of hell, we have crawled our way up to Kefka. And Kefka has a new boss form, where he is an angel devil thing, but he's also a clown. Life, dreams, hope. Where'd they come from? And where are they headed? These things I am going to destroy. And of course you get that final laugh. The cackle you've been hearing from minute 1 of this game, or at least first hour of this game. And the game decides, okay, this guy's gonna cackle at you while you're taking him out. Oh, jeez. It's so awesome to be able to see this final model for Kefka. Kefka as a god. Which, at this point, he is. He is the embodiment of all magic. But we don't care, because we're going to nuke the crap out of him anyway. And I wish I had game updates to be able to give you guys, but unfortunately, because of things being so busy, I have not been able to do... much more into Mass Effect 3. Oh, the end comes beyond chaos. So this is what I would consider the 5th phase, is actually trying to... Eventually you'll get a permanent head. That's why I'm saying this is either 4 or 5, depending on who you talk to. Oh, this is such good final music as well. Yeah, I don't really have any game updates to give aside from the games that I'm currently reviewing, which obviously I don't want to give you guys until there's an actual review. Just because I don't want to spoil it for some people who only watch the reviews, that they have to go watch something that maybe they don't want to watch. But I would encourage you to watch the Final Fantasy games. We have played 7 games, actually. And that's it. Kefka now fades off into the distance. Kefka is defeated. But what does this mean for the world? What does this mean for magic? What does this mean for our lovable characters and cast? I didn't lose a single person, and that's just because I nuked the crap out of him with Ultima. And this is where I'm going to get a little quiet, because it's ending cinematic time. It's breaking up! There's no time to lose. The airship's just ahead. Come on, everybody. We have to work together. Tara, what's wrong? And there goes Magicite. The Magicite! Magic is disappearing from this world. The Espers, they no longer exist. Nope. You mean Terra too? Come with me. I can lead you out with my last ounce of strength. And now we need to get out of here. This place is coming apart. Almost as if a storybook unfolding, we come to the end of our tale. And our final curtain call. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Look at this game as a giant play. At least I think I said it in the earlier parts I did. Look at it as a giant play. And now, it's time for the curtain call. For all of our awesome people, including Cyan, as Cyan Garamond. Cyan, think you can handle that switch? Oh, machines, I hate machines! You just have to show technology who's boss. Up next is Setzer as Setzer Gabbiani. Or as I like to call him, the guy that switched like 6 voices throughout this entire Let's Play. Flip a coin. Wait. Go that way. Boom. Okay, well, he was right. Well, let's go that way, then. Sometimes in life, you just have to feel your way through a situation. Daryl, I'm starting to sound just like you. That'll kill me one day. Now we have Edgar as Edgar Roni Figaro. And Sabin as Sabin Rene Figaro. Sorry guys, no Macho Man this time. I didn't turn my back on the kingdom, big brother. I knew you'd be a better king. I trained hard knowing I might have to help you one day. Now I know I have these stupid muscles. Yeah! Up next is our lovable Mog as Mog. I love the little Moogles that step off of the wind-up toy. Uh-oh. Big pit.
Help! Save me, Cooper!
And up next is Umaro as Umaro. Aww, he made all the little Moogles faint. It won't open! Oh, that's one way to make a door. Up next to the cast is Go-Go as Go-Go. Still love his theme. Oh no! Both buttons have to be pressed simultaneously. Go-Go, watch Celeste and do exactly what she does. Master Mimic at work. He even walks off the pit. Oh no. Up next is Gaw. As simply, Gaw. Little eyes. Rawr, rawr. Ah, gotta find shortcut! Whoa! That is a shortcut. That counts. Gotta find shortcut! Whoa! And push her off the edge. I don't think that's what she wanted, Gaw. Up next is Locke. As Locke Cole. And Celeste. As Celeste Cher. I'm not sure if I'm saying the last name right, but I believe that's how you say it. Or as I like to call it, the blossoming romance that has happened throughout this entire game. Oh no! Come on, this foe's about to break apart! Well, she has to pick up the one symbol of hope she's had this entire journey in the world of Ruin. And Locke has to save her, because he's an awesome guy. Locke! I will not let go! I promise! You almost hated trying to pick up that silly trinket. It's not silly to her. And now, all of you know why. Up next is Tara. As Tara Branford. Father? Tara, we must part now. We Espers will disappear from this world forever. But if the human part of you is very strongly attached to something or someone, you will probably be able to remain in this world as a human being. Something for Tara to consider. She can actually survive. Next one on the cast is Realm. As Realm Arani. Grandpa, stop goofing around! Oh, sorry, dear. If I hear even a peep out of you, I'm gonna draw your portrait. No! Anything but that! But you know, just once I'd really like to do a portrait of you. On canvas, of course. Realm, how could you be thinking about pictures at a time like this, you silly girl? Up next is Shadow. As simply Shadow, or as now you know, Clyde Arani. Supposedly. I believe he is. Interceptor! Get going! Aww. Stay well. Param, I'm going to stop running. I'm going to begin all over again. Well, certainly this might be the end for Shadow. Up next is Strago. As Strago Magus. Oh no, Strago can't reach the hook! No! No! A kid like me doesn't know the kid like me doesn't know the meaning of defeat! I can't even speak right now! Gotcha! Bring it back down so we can all get out. And there you go. That is the cast of Final Fantasy VI. Obviously -1. Kefka Folazzo. Oh, and you. Because you and me played this through. So that you goes to you guys. Oh, it's time to get out of here. Come with me! And here we go! We gotta get out of here in time! The last piece of magicite! Terra! It's okay! Your power, it's fading! Yeah, she's out in the air right now. If she starts fading, this isn't gonna be good for her. Mode 7! Terra, your strength is going! It's time for Setzer to show off how awesome a pilot he is. Can we catch her? Oh, and here's Dwayne and Katerin. Do it right, Katerin. Gotta hang in there. Almost as if it's her last words. It's either Katerin or Catherine. I can't remember. For a while longer. Just a little longer. Where's Terra? Terra! Thank you, Setzer. Didn't I say it before? This is the world's fastest ship. It is indeed, my friend. And that, my friends, is Final Fantasy VI, or 3, as it used to be in the States. And with this ends Final Fantasy in the 16-bit era. This was the last Final Fantasy game, but certainly not the last RPG that Square Enix put out for the Super Nintendo. We had greats like Chrono Trigger. We had awesome multiplayer experiences like Secret of Mana. And obviously, Square was not the only one to put things out. Nintendo did with Earthbound. And Nintendo and Square worked together to create Super Mario RPG. But this was the end of the 16-bit era for Final Fantasy. And from here, for the next few years, was stark confusion. Because in order for them to move forward, cartridges were not the way to go. So as they stepped into the 32-bit era, they had to say goodbye. Square had to say goodbye to their long-standing friendship with Nintendo. And instead pick up on a new console with potential, but not necessarily a lot of backing behind it at the time. And that would be Sony's PlayStation. Which is funny now, because as we've been playing these past games, we've been doing it on nothing but PlayStation consoles. So as much as that was a leap of faith on Square's side, it's worked out. Especially as they moved to Squaresoft in the PlayStation era. Final thoughts for Final Fantasy VI. I will admit, in my top 10 list, 6 was not listed very highly, but after playing through it for you guys, I will be honest, it has moved up a couple of places. It's at very least the top 5 Final Fantasy games, just because I rediscovered my love for Final Fantasy VI. It has its flaws, just like any other game, but I am so glad to have been able to share this with you guys. And yes, I did share, for those who were asking, I shared the PlayStation version, because that's really where I have all the games now. And yeah, any other additional thoughts? My thoughts are strewn throughout this entire Let's Play, so if you guys want to know how I honestly felt about this scene or that scene, go check them out. The opera scene was amazing. The opening to the World of Ruin, I obviously spent a lot of time with that. The opening cutscene is beautiful. And only a minor test of what we would see in the games later to come. Because next week, we continue the legacy of Final Fantasy with what is considered to be the most popular game in the series to date. And that is Final Fantasy VII. Am I on board with that? We'll find out. But I have a feeling that that's going to be another enjoyable Let's Play that you guys can come along with me. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. And not just on this journey. This is the 7th Final Fantasy game I've played. If you haven't seen all my Let's Plays, there is a full-on list of all of them. Up from Mystic Quest, which I actually love and a lot of people don't, up through Final Fantasies 1 through 6. And we're going to make that 8 games now, with the start of Final Fantasy VII next week. And I already know a few people are concerned because my buddy Brinton Volley has already started a Let's Play of Final Fantasy VII, and whether or not that's going to affect how we do things. It's not. He's playing a different version, and he's playing blind. So that's a different Let's Play in and of itself. I'm going to be bringing whatever history I can, because the other interesting part here is that even though Sakaguchi was involved in 7, this was the starting of a new director, a up-and-comer, if you will, somebody who had worked with Sakaguchi directly for a long time, and that would be one Tetsuya Nomura. Now very well known for his Final Fantasy entries, as well as the Kingdom Hearts series. Which is also appropriate, because next week, well, not next week, but probably the week after, we might be tackling that series as well. So you guys can check that out also and see both me and Andrea take on the Kingdom Hearts series and our love for it, despite my problems with the Final Fantasy references being kind of few and far between. But I am very excited, and I thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey, continuing to like, comment, and subscribe, continuing to recommend me to your friends and family, because you guys are the ones that are giving me the subscribers and doing all the work. I only do a minor bit of it, and I can do nothing more but thank you guys for all that you do. And now we bid adieu to this world in the best way that we can, with new life. As a father, this is actually a very teary scene for me now. Of course, we have to end things on my favorite piece of the entire Final Fantasy score. And I'm just going to let the music play. And just like Terra said, things will be rebuilt. Life goes on. But these guys aren't done yet. They have to help rebuild. They have to start new lives. Especially Terra. But I have a feeling she knows where she's going. And this was a cool sprite to see back in my childhood. Just to see Terra let her hair fly. Almost as if it's a new beginning for her, as well as the world. And that's going to do it for this Let's Play of Final Fantasy VI. Once again, thank you all so much for joining me on this epic journey. And I will see you guys next week for the start of Final Fantasy VII. But until then, I'm going to leave this video on the remainder of the ending, which is an actual bonus trailer from the PlayStation version of Final Fantasy VI. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys next week.